How's your retirement plan looking? Have you stored up treasure in heaven for the days ahead? Today, we're going to talk about preparing for the lean years. Preparing for the lean years. Joseph explained to Pharaoh that his dreams were actually warnings from God. 7 years of abundance and plenty were about to begin in Egypt, but they were to be followed by 7 years of desperate famine. The solution was to lay up stores during the 7 years of plenty so that there would be sufficient food in the coming years of famine. Pharaoh was so impressed with Joseph's wisdom that he made him a minister over Egypt, second only to Pharaoh. And Joseph oversaw the building of storehouses in which the abundant grain of Egypt's 7 years of plenty was stored. You know, my sister and brothers, life is uncertain, and it is only prudent to lay up savings and provisions. The Proverbs say, "In the house of the wise are stores of choice food and oil, but a foolish man devours all he has." Contrary to the advice of Joseph, modern society promotes a lifestyle of squandering all available wealth, overspending, and relying on credit. And though we live in the most affluent times that the human race has ever enjoyed, few people have the wisdom to lay up savings for linear times ahead. Jesus told his disciples to lay up treasures in heaven instead of on earth. When we look at Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 21, it reads, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust decay, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in or steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Our lives on earth can be compared to the 7 years of plenty. We have an abundance of opportunities to do good to others, to repent and practice righteousness, and to give charity to the needy. However, these golden years of opportunity are limited. And whether in 7 days, 7 years, or 70 years, the opportunity to lay up treasure in heaven will vanish. And after we die, our opportunities to do good deeds are gone. In the Bible, a good deed like giving charity to the needy is called mitzvah. Mitzvah. The plural form is mitzvot. Mitzvot. The word mitzvah literally means commandment. Every time we keep one of God's commandments, it is a good deed. Therefore, the word mitzvah come to be associated with any act of goodness. Our opportunities to do mitzvot are limited to our lifetime here on earth. And Jesus teaches that our mitzvot are like money placed into a savings account in heaven. And when we pass on into the next life, we will be able to cash in on the mitzvot we have stored up in heaven. The world says, you can't take it with you. The Messiah says that you can. Yeshua teaches that you can take it with you by giving your money to charity and investing your time and resources into the things of the kingdom of heaven. You are storing it up in heaven. Every time you do a good deed, you are storing it up in heaven. You are storing treasures up in heaven. And when you arrive in the next life, you will be rewarded for your acts of kindness and piety. Joseph encouraged all of Egypt to lay up stores and provisions for the lean years to come. And so too, we would be storing up our resources in heaven for the years to come. When we make a decision to do acts of kindness, and acts of goodness. So the question again to you today is, how's your retirement plan looking? Have you stored up, or are you storing up treasure in heaven for the days ahead? Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you've been encouraged to do good deeds, to store up treasures in heaven for yourself. Well, whatever you do, don't forget to pray for the peace of Jerusalem, and I hope to see you this time next year in Jerusalem. God bless you.